Right now at 10, progress in the fight against homelessness. The new units in La Crosse County now welcoming their first residents. And Rotary Lights making their final food deliveries of the year. The impact they're leaving on the community with this year's donations. Plus, a near century-old tradition lives on. The Skyrockers setting up for their annual New Year's fireworks show.
You're watching WKDT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 10.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us tonight at 10. I'm Ken Kozarowski. Emily is off tonight. A new housing project tied to La Crosse's effort to reduce homelessness is opening its doors to residents. News 8 Now's Jadius McGee joins us live tonight with a closer look in studio. Jadius.
Yeah, county leaders say this project has been years in the making, and for some residents, it's already making a difference. Park Lane Studios is now welcoming its first residents, offering supportive housing as part of the city and county's Pathways home plan.
Short-term shelter options really don't provide the stability and give people the sense of well-being. And Park Lane Studios promotes wraparound supports to assist people with that, and really with the goal of then transitioning them to permanent housing within a 2-year time period.
The project comes with 10 fully equipped studio apartments in the unused parts of Hillview campus. For the people moving in, the change is immediate, especially during the winter months.
You wake up, there's nowhere to go some mornings. It's tough, especially during the winter here. Honestly, this is the best thing that's happened to me in a long time. When I found out, it was like this huge weight off my shoulders. It's a great new start for me.
Officials say residents live independently, with help available whenever residents ask.
Their apartments are their own apartments. They are tenants, and we just want to provide the supportive assistance if it's needed. If we're not needed, we continue going about our routine business.
Now, county officials say Park Lane is one of several projects underway as Pathways Home continues to roll out. Live in the studio, Jadius McGee, News 8 Now.
Thank you, Jadius. Now to a News 8 follow-up this evening. No contest pleas for the Sparta man involved in a fatal I-90 construction zone crash. Isaac Morales accepted a plea deal today. A judge is finding him guilty of homicide by intoxicated use of a vehicle. In November of 2024, Morales lost control of his pickup truck and collided with a road resurfacing machine that killed the operator, Andrew Skipnewitz. Morales is held on a $250,000 cash bond with sentencing in March. The Boy Scouts of America popping into the emergency department of Amplify Health by Gunderson today. Members from the Scouts are thanking the staff for their hard work by gifting them several cases of popcorn.
They're the lifeblood of our community. They make sure that we stay safe, that we're protected, and we just want to thank them for that.
We work here to help support our communities, so anytime that we get to interact with our fellow members of the community around the La Crosse area, it's always great to see them.
The Scouts will also donate popcorn to Fort McCoy. Rotary Lights is wrapping up for the season. The food pantries loaded up at the Rotary Lights warehouse this morning, filling cars and trucks with supplies for all families in need. Today they donated 24 pallets of food and hygiene items to 10 food pantries across the area. Organizers say the community support this year has been overwhelming.
It's a great compliment to the community. There's no question about that. They're very generous. These individuals that come and pick it up today, even when they have food drives in their area, they don't get near the amount of collections that we're able to provide here.
Any leftover food or hygiene products will be donated to the Hunger Task Force. The Skyrockers are setting up for their big New Year's Eve fireworks show. The nonprofit group started the show from Grandad Bluff back in 1929 and have continued the tradition ever since, with the exception of the years during World War II.
Anywhere the sightline of the bluff, you'll be able to see the show. Obviously, if you're a little bit closer, you'll be able to hear things a little better, but anywhere in the city has a great view.
The Skyrockers will host 2 shows, one at 6 p.m. and another, of course, at midnight.
Well, we had a little bit of freezing drizzle, light snow, but a lot of freezing drizzle out there. It's kind of tapered off a little bit, so that's the good news. As temperatures continue to climb, we're now all the way up to 26, 28 Winona, still at 21 Eau Claire, but everything is beginning to come up too. And overall, The special weather event that we had earlier has kind of expired, but we still have a little bit to the north, and that includes some freezing drizzle possibilities all the way even north of Eau Claire into northern Wisconsin, northern Minnesota too. That possibility still exists there. Overall, if you look at the conditions as we go forward, there we go, the temperatures, we even got some low 30s out there, so the warmer air is starting to push into the area, but this might be as far as north we get. As we look now at the bigger picture, it's all tied to a system that stretches back to the Dakotas. Eventually, this will all form a cold front that will sweep through the area as we go throughout the morning hour. But you notice we could have a little bit of ice for the morning commute. Something to keep in mind for La Crosse. Very minor chance there, but then it turns into snow. More likely snow for Eau Claire. The winds pick up. The temperatures start falling behind the cold front that passes through. So later on, we'll kind of break all the timing of that snowfall through it and then give you an idea what it looks like for a very cold New Year's Eve and actually New Year's Day too.
All right. Thank you very much, Greg. Well, another U.S. strike involving Venezuela, but this one is different. Instead of at sea, President Trump said last week's attack hit targets linked to drugs inside the country. CBS's Ed O'Keefe is in West Palm Beach covering the president.
President Trump was first to reveal the U.S. strike inside Venezuela.
There was a major explosion in the dock area where they load the boats up with drugs. They load the boats up with drugs, so we hit all the boats, and now we hit the area. It's the implementation area. That's where they implement.
And unlike the videos of 30 strikes on alleged drug boats released by the Pentagon, no hard evidence has surfaced yet of this attack. The president declined to say where or when exactly the strike inside Venezuela took place.
Is that the only strike that the U.S. has done?
I don't want to comment.
Nor who conducted the attack.
I know exactly who it was, but I don't want to say who it was.
The Venezuelan government has said nothing about it. The U.S. has ramped up pressure on the country's leader, Nicolas Maduro, ordering a blockade after seizing oil tankers, while U.S. stealth fighter jets fly daily missions from Puerto Rico. The massive military buildup of 15,000 American troops in the Caribbean now includes 11 Navy ships, led by the USS Gerald R. Ford, the world's largest aircraft carrier. While Marines from the USS Iwo Jima have been conducting live fire exercises. All of it highly visible, but not the CIA, which has been operating covertly inside the country since at least October.
Why did you authorize the CIA to go into Venezuela?
I authorized for two reasons, really. Number one, they have emptied their prisons into the United States of America.
But there's been no proof of a widespread exodus of Venezuelan prisoners to the United States.
And the other thing are drugs. We have a lot of drugs coming in from Venezuela.
The president's been threatening strikes on Venezuela for months, and it now appears the first one has happened. The question is to what extent they might continue and for how long. Ed O'Keefe, CBS News, West Palm Beach, Florida.
The granddaughter of President John F. Kennedy has died. In November, Tatiana Schlossberg announced she was diagnosed with a rare form of leukemia. Her passing was announced by her family in a social media post from the JFK Library and Museum. Schlossberg was a climate change and environmental journalist and was the daughter of former U.S. diplomat Caroline Kennedy and the designer artist Edwin Schlossberg. She died at the age of 35. This year's flu season is getting worse and more people are catching it. The CDC says 7.5 million people have had the flu so far this year. More than 3,000 have died, including 8 children. The CDC recommends everyone 6 months and older get a flu vaccine each season, but vaccination rates have been decreasing in recent years. Still to come tonight, a look back at the polarizing political year, a recap of President Trump's first year back in office, along with other major political moments.
Tomorrow on News 8 Now this morning, he brings music to hospital patients when they need it most. Meet the man spreading joy one song at a time. And Art has a look at your New Year's Eve forecast.
When the food truck arrives at our neighbor's place, it takes a community. Our attorneys don't just fight insurance companies, they fight hunger in Wisconsin alongside our neighbor's place. Because together, we're stronger. Bygoff and Rohde, your neighbors, your injury advocates.
I have something for you.
I have something for you too.
During the GMC holiday event, get a total value of over $6,400 on this Sierra 1500 model. Plus, get $3,500 trade allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
Visit your best choice GMC dealer today.
The following is based on actual events.
What do you want for dinner? I'm just gonna call it
I don't care. You pick. No, we had that last week. I don't care. I've got it. I'll have ribs. You can have mac and cheese.
Ooh, the average couple disagrees about what to have for dinner about 3 times a week. Decision made. Pick up a Quick Trip take-home meal.
I love you too. Breadsticks. Gotta go.
Quick Trip. See you next time.
From the law office to the clothing closet, our lawyers seek hope and recovery for the whole community. Bygoff and Rohde and Our Neighbor's Place, where every injury and every neighbor matters, because together we're stronger. Winning justice for Wisconsin.
2025 was a politically volatile year as President Trump returned to the White House intent on shaking things up. Trump came in and slashed the government, kicked off a large-scale immigration roundup, and made the word tariff his word of the year. But there were also a lot of steps taken on both sides of the political divide to set up the all-important midterm elections in 2026. CBS's Natalie Brand has the political year in review from Washington.
So help me God. Congratulations, Mr. President.
President Trump kicked off the new year taking the oath as the 47th president of the United States and wasted no time signing 26 executive orders that day.
This is an order creating and implementing the Department of Governmental Efficiency, known as DOGE.
Okay, that's a big one.
DOGE, led by billionaire Elon Musk, went to work slashing the size of federal government, eliminating tens of thousands of jobs and dramatically cutting government agencies.
This is the chainsaw for bureaucracy.
But the new administration beefed up Border Patrol and ICE, adding thousands of new agents to enforce immigration policies and carry out mass deportations. The National Guard also deployed to Democratic-run cities, including Washington, D.C., Los Angeles, and Chicago.
Your divisiveness and your brutality are not welcome here.
Border security was a key component of the Republicans' One Big Beautiful Bill President Trump signed into law July 4th.
You have the biggest tax cut, the biggest spending cut, the largest border security investment.
Democrats argue the legislation makes steep cuts to SNAP benefits and Medicaid. The Congressional Budget Office estimates it will add about $3.4 trillion to the deficit over the next decade.
You see the hatred he's got for Putin. It's very tough.
On the foreign policy front, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky's February visit to the White House turned into a highly contentious Oval Office clash.
You got to be more thankful, because let me tell you, you don't have the cards.
Trump held a face-to-face meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin in Alaska this summer, and negotiations to end that war drag on.
This is a big day, a beautiful day.
President Trump did make progress in the Middle East, securing a peace deal between Israel and Hamas and seeing the remaining living Israeli hostages released. Trump declared tariff his favorite word and placed at least one on all U.S. trading partners.
It's going to be Liberation Day in America.
A standoff on Capitol Hill led to the longest government shutdown in American history.
There's no way out, folks. There's no way out.
Democrats pushed for an extension of enhanced Affordable Care Act health subsidies. With impacts to SNAP recipients and the flying public, a handful of Democrats negotiated a compromise with Republicans to end the impasse.
The motion upon reconsideration is agreed to.
A bipartisan push also forced a vote to compel the DOJ to release all files on convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein.
We fought the president, the attorney general, the FBI director, the Speaker of the House, and the Vice President to get this win.
The U.S. Supreme Court looked at a number of challenges to Trump administration policies on its emergency docket, siding with the president nearly every time. One decision allowed Texas to move forward with a plan to draw new congressional districts for the upcoming 2026 midterm elections. Other Republican states have taken similar steps as President Trump tries to keep control of Congress. 2025's off-year elections brought wins for Democrats in the New Jersey and Virginia gubernatorial races and for self-described Democratic Socialist Zohran Mamdani in New York's mayoral race.
I feel very confident that he can do a very good job.
The country also saw political divisions boil over in heinous ways. The Pennsylvania governor's house was set on fire. Minnesota State Representative Melissa Hortman and her husband were murdered. And conservative activist Charlie Kirk was assassinated in front of a large crowd at Utah Valley University, shocking the nation and leading to calls for all sides to lower the political rhetoric heading into next year's elections. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Washington.
Still to come tonight, a 3-car collision in La Crescent. What officials are reminding drivers about this winter.
Yeah, we still got some snow for New Year's Eve, but the bigger story for New Year's evening and going into New Year's Day is the cold temperatures. So we'll break all that down coming up on your first warm weather update after the break.
Right now, for a limited time at Home Sleep Express, get select king-sized mattresses for the price of a queen. This Thomas Cole Invigorate King mattress now just $6.99. Plus, get 3-year special financing. King for the price of a queen. Now at Home Sleep Express.
It's the year-end sales event with the Ford crew.
It's a great time to buy, great time for traditions.
It's like loading up a Ford SUV and going to Grandma's house. Hitting the slopes in a built wild Bronco.
Or making the big delivery with Ford F-Series.
Does it come in red? Making customers happy. That's my favorite tradition.
Like my sweater.
Get 0 down, 0% financing, and 0 payments for 90 days. Plus $2,000 bonus cash on Explorer. Only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
I do like knowing the person that's sitting across from my desk. I've formed a lot of relationships over the years based on trust. When I see the look on a member's face, when I say, yes, this loan is good, you're good to go, it makes me happy. To me, being the team you can trust is honesty. When you do a loan with me at Firefighters Credit Union, like everything we do, it's not about the car, it's about you.
'Cause everybody's welcome at Firefighters Credit Union.
Still dealing with moderate to severe ulcerative colitis or Crohn's disease symptoms despite treatment? Put them in check with Rinvoq. Rinvoq works differently, and it's a once daily pill.
When symptoms try to take control, I got rapid relief with Rinvoq. Check.
Rinvoq helped visibly repair my intestinal lining. Check.
I got lasting steroid-free remission with Rinvoq. Check.
Rapid symptom relief, visible repair of the intestinal lining,
and lasting steroid-free remission. Check, check, and check.
Rinvoq can lower ability to fight infections. Before treatment, test for TB and do blood work. Serious infections, blood clots, some fatal. Cancers including lymphoma and skin. Serious allergic reactions, GI tears, death, heart attack, and stroke occurred. CV event risk increases in age 50+ with a heart disease risk factor. Tell your doctor if you've had these events, infection, Hep B or C, smoked, are pregnant, or planning. Don't take if allergic or have an infection.
Put UC and Crohn's in check and keep them there with Rinvoq.
Ask your gastroenterologist about Rinvoq and learn how AbbVie can help you save.
It's the Tempur-Pedic New Year's sale at Home Sleep Express. Get up to $500 off select Tempur-Pedic adjustable mattress sets, plus a $300 home shopping card with free white glove delivery and pay no interest for 5 years. The Tempur-Pedic New Year's sale at Home Sleep Express.
Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions, your choice for quality, affordable windows, installed by our experienced team. Contact us or stop into our showroom today for your free estimate.
The news continues on News 8 Now. Expect more.
Well, a reminder from officials to stay safe on the roads these days. In La Crescent, a 3-car collision earlier in the day. Officials say remember to leave space between you and the car in front of you, allow for plenty of time to brake, and use caution when turning on those slippery roads. And to avoid having to rush, leave about 5 to 10 minutes earlier than normal. And of course, we've got some quintessential wintertime cold this week. Just how cold might it be for your New Year's Eve and day celebrations? Let's get the answer from Greg.
Yeah, it's definitely not going to be like Christmas time, whether we had mild temperatures above freezing and fog, so you're not going to expect that. Now, it won't be unusually cold or record cold, but it definitely will be colder than we've had, too. In the meantime, we got another opportunity like we had this morning of some light snow or even a little bit of freeze and drizzle. Once again, not a lot of snow, but it doesn't take much to actually provide a little slick conditions. It's because the cold front's coming through, so that's one thing we'll be monitoring, too, for the morning. The other point with the cold front, temperatures are falling throughout the day, so we'll start off maybe in the 20s or teens. By the end of the day, single digits to teens depending on location. We will have cold conditions through about Friday, even maybe a little Saturday, but more seasonable temperatures. And when I mean seasonable this time of year, we're looking mainly at the mid to upper 20s as our average temp. And we're probably going to see that this weekend, and mainly dry conditions for the most part too. So that's what we're looking at. Right now, we don't have any special weather statements out for the area. I would not be surprised to see one once again for tomorrow morning, given that we'll have that light freezing drizzle possibility. The ones further north to the winter weather advisory, that's what that's at for right now until about 3 a.m. So something to keep in mind of. We may see that again. Now, if we look at the current temperatures and conditions right now, you can see a lot of cloud cover. All these symbols are just cloud cover, and temperatures have warmed up at or above freezing if you go west of the river too. So we may go a degree or two more later to about midnight. That's probably where we're going to peak and then start falling a little bit, but fairly steady overall. So it's going to be a mild night too. Probably the last time we see those temperatures until we get to the weekend. Starting off, this is the time frame where we might see that little bit of freeze and drizzle ahead of the cold front. You can see there's a little bit of pink showing up right there. Until we get some of the colder air loft, higher clouds that come overhead, we might see that possibility. You can see throughout the morning from about 6 to 8, if you're near or west of the river, there's an opportunity to see some of that light freezing drizzle. Now, by the time we get to about 8, most of this now is light snow throughout the area. This kind of underdepicts it. I think it'll be a little bit more wider spread than this, but overall this will continue until we get to about the noon hour, and then you'll start seeing it begin to push southeastward and kind of taper off overall. Notice the temperatures too. By noon, now we're in the teens to low 20s. As we go throughout the afternoon, we will start to clear out, and temperatures will continue to fall into the single digits and teens by the time we get to the evening hour, along with a stiff northwest wind that will continue to blow all the way through the evening hour too. So as we go into Thursday, there's another opportunity for New Year's Day to see a little bit of snow. There's a question mark how far south and west it's going to get, but it does depict a little bit of light snow coming through with a weak disturbance coming through that would provide maybe another opportunity like we saw snow today for areas mainly along and north of I-94. That's not a sure bet yet. Amounts tomorrow, maybe a ½ inch if you're lucky, similar to what we saw today. As we go look at the wind chills for your New Year's evening into the New Year's Day, you'll see by tomorrow afternoon we got wind chills getting below 0. They'll likely be below 0 during the evening hour until we get to about midnight. And then we might see a few areas get into that 10 to 15 below too. The winds will decrease as we go into Thursday morning, but high temperatures Thursday, you're not going to see much more than the teens. So cold, and there's that opportunity for a little bit of snow, possibly if you're near or north of Eau Claire. The good news is if you want milder conditions or at least seasonable, we got that in store towards the weekend, all the way through about Tuesday, even Wednesday of next week. And for the most part, a lot more clouds, very little in the way of precipitation too, as we go throughout next week too. So once again, if you're driving out tomorrow morning, something to keep in mind, if we had that condition this morning, we could be a repeat of it tomorrow morning too. But other than that, it's going to be a cold New Year's Eve.
All right. Thanks, Greg. Coming up next in sports, the Badgers taking on UW-Milwaukee for the first time since 2019. We got highlights from the Kohl Center, plus a ton of action from the final session of the Bi-State Classic. A few area wrestlers finishing on top of the podium. Jacob is next.
Yeah, that's the stuff. The white stuff, to be exact.
Winter's here, and it looks like it's going to be a while.
It sure is. And don't forget, when it comes to winter's worst, expect more from the best. First Warn Weather. First Warn Weather on News 8 Now.
Hey, Dominic here to tell you about our great Wisconsin-made gifts for every occasion. T-shirts for birthdays, cookbooks for showers, aprons for Mother's Day, hats for Father's Day, gift boxes for weddings and thank you gifts, and for Christmas or any other celebration. We have mini cinnamon bears. They even smell like pleasing. Get your gifts at our outlet store on Ward Avenue, La Crosse.
Finish up your last-minute projects and save big money at Menards. Illuminate your home with LED light bulbs from Fight Electric. They provide light that lasts with a rated life of over 10,000 hours. Get a 10-pack of LED light bulbs for $9.99 each. Check out Menards' great selection of Lutron lighting controls. LED Plus dimmer switches let you create perfect lighting for your home. Get this toggle dimmer switch for $15.99 after rebate. Now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Wow, this couch is really comfortable.
I know.
And I love the leather. And it holds up to snacks.
Yeah.
Oh. Where'd you say you got this couch from again?
Westco in Sparta.
Become the couch potato you always wanted to be and say goodbye to 2025 by taking 25% off furniture and mattresses.
Satisfy your inner couch potato only at Westco in Sparta. Stop in today.
Hear that? Good. That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed.
Covering all the exciting action from your community. Here's News 8 Now Sports with Jacob Lenzendorf.
It is one of the premier wrestling tournaments in this part of the country, and there was some hardware to hand out at the final session of the Bi-State Classic over at the Lacrosse Center. We'll begin with some wrestlers looking for a third-place finish, starting at 107 on the girls' side. West Salem Bangor's Sophia Anderson picks up the 10-3 decision to earn the bronze. Justin Lancaster coaching his son Rex at 120 for Holman, and check this out. Score tied late. Rex needs an escape. He gets scrambling around the mat looking for it, doesn't get it, but a stall is called on his opponent, and Rex scores the 5-4 victory. 150 pounds, Prairie du Chine's Mason Hurd in a groove scores the takedown right here on the edge of the mat and would score a 7-3 win via decision. All local battle for third between Mason Chambers of the Catbirds and Jay Stetzer of GET Melrose Mindoro. High scoring affair, but in the end, Chambers is victorious via points. Now to championship matches. Holman's Aini Anderson here at 100, and she was on a mission. The junior just dominant on her way to a 15-2 major decision and a first place finish. At 126, Martez Sheard of Aquinas taking on the #1 seed in the bracket, and Sheard was sharp. Defense was spectacular and picked his spots well on offense on his way to a 7-2 scoreline in favor for the title. Adriana Lowe looking to keep her great season going for North Crawford Seneca. She was up, but her opponent flips her over and notches the pin. And last but not least, last match of the night, Blue Gold's Tyson Martin also up against the #1 ranked wrestler in heavyweight. Martin wrestled almost a perfect match. Quickness was too much to handle, and he is your Bi-State champion at 285 in a 6-3 decision. Great match that was. We'll have a story on news8000.com with a link to all the results after the show. Let's head to the Kohl Center. First game between the Badgers and Milwaukee in 6 years, and John Blackwell gets this started with a fall-away jumper that goes. Later in the first, Hayden Jones pushing the pace, finds the big man Nolan Winter running the floor for the easy flush. Milwaukee looking to stick around. Faison Fields playing a little bully ball, gets it to go, but second half, Nick Boyd blows past the defender with the quick first step, hits the floater for the and-one opportunity. And later in the second, Boyd pushing the pace, and he's going to reward the big man Winter again. Badgers take this one in dominant fashion, 80-60. And just one more week of regular season football remains for the NFL, and then it's time for the playoffs as teams set their sights on a trip to Santa Clara for Super Bowl 60. But the approach to Week 18 for the Packers is an interesting one. There's nothing of real importance in Green Bay's regular season finale when they travel to take on the Vikings. Matt LaFleur's team already knows they're in the playoffs and that they're the 7th seed. That's all set in stone, but the team is reeling a bit, having lost 3 straight games. So do they play their starters and try to build some momentum, or rest guys so they don't lose anyone else to injury?
Despite what has been reported potentially, nothing's been decided. I think there's a lot of variables that get thrown into play. I know a lot of people have difference of opinions on what is the best route, and ultimately we got to make what the best decision is for us.
Definitely will be interesting to see what happens as Green Bay opted to play their starters against the Bears, and both Jordan Love and Christian Watson left those games with injuries. So we'll see what happens there. I haven't heard much yet from Coach LaFleur, but back to the wrestling. That was electric. I'm not the biggest wrestling guy. I grew up playing basketball, but being there for 4 hours, seeing some of that talent, that was fun.
Absolutely. It looked fantastic. Good highlights. And you were cutting a little close getting back here. That's some commitment right there to make sure we got all those winners.
When Tyson Martin puts on a performance like that in the last match of the night, now it feels rewarding.
You can't miss it.
You can't miss that.
Awesome stuff at the Lacrosse Center. Thanks, Jacob. We got more news right after this.
Ashley's New Year's Bash is back. Ring in the savings with Hot Buy starting at just $2.99, or save up to 25% off your entire purchase. Plus, get free white glove delivery when you shop New Year's Day. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. on New Year's Eve and New Year's Day.
You're thinking about new windows and doors. I've been thinking about new windows and doors for over 40 years. You're thinking about the best window at the best price. I'm thinking about the best window at the best price for you. The best quality, installed by professional installers at a fair price. If you're planning new windows and doors, you owe it to yourself to contact the Boortstoer Home Improvements for a prompt free estimate. You'll be glad you did. Contact us today.
Everyone's gearing up for the holidays. The best friend.
Happy together.
And the first timer. The neighborhood hero. And the out-of-towners. And it all comes together in a Chevrolet.
During Chevy Red Tag, get 0% financing on this Silverado. That's over $6,900 total value. Plus, Chevy owners get $3,750 total cash allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
When a migraine strikes and I've taken a Triptan, side effects like dizziness can throw me off. Ugh, migraine again. Ubrelvy works differently. It keeps me in rhythm, quickly stopping migraine pain within 2 hours. And some have pain relief that lasts all day, so I can handle whatever the day may throw at me. Don't take if allergic or with strong CYP3A4 inhibitors. Tell your doctor all medicines you take. Report increased blood pressure or color changes, pain, or numbness in fingers or toes. Get help right away for allergic reactions like trouble breathing, face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, which may occur days after use. Ask your doctor how you can stop migraine attacks and stay in rhythm with Ubrelvy.
My part-time service in the Army National Guard allows me to keep my community and those I care about safe from threats. Learn more about how you too can live and serve part-time close to home by visiting nationalguard.com.
Right now at your local Ashley, shop the New Year's Bash and save up to 25% off your entire purchase. And pay over time with no interest for 5 years with no money down. Ashley's New Year's Bash is here only for a limited time, so don't miss out.
Expect more from News 8 Now. Thanks for watching.
Well, quite a snowy police pursuit in Eau Claire today, but it wasn't on a road, it was on a sledding hill. Body cam footage shows several Eau Claire police officers sledding down East Hill with some local kids this afternoon. Now, this playful pursuit didn't exactly go as planned. This officer sled turning sideways before tipping them right into the snow. Got a bunch of laughs there. No injuries reported, just some quality memories with the community. Well, Greg's going to have one final check of your forecast right after this.
Happy New Year.
Freedom is the ability to choose the path that makes you happy. When you need a truck to get you from the job site to the campsite, drive your story with a new Ram or a new Jeep from Pischke Motors.
Stop in now to get a brand new Jeep, Ram, Dodge, Fiat, or Chrysler. Whether it's for work or play, we've got the vehicle for you. We have a wide selection of every model. Nothing beats getting in the driver's seat. So stop in today. Go to Pischke.com, Pischke Motors West Salem, or Pischke Motors La Crosse.
Sometimes my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis gets in my way. But thanks to Skyrizi, I'm free to bare my skin.
Things are getting clearer. I feel free. Spare my skin, yeah, that's on me. Nothing is everything.
With Skyrizi, I saw dramatically clearer skin. And many people were 100% plaque-free. Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Nothing and me go hand in hand. Nothing on my skin, that's my new plan. Nothing is everything.
Now's the time. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Learn how AbbVie could help you save.
Together, we're stronger.
Western works side by side with local employers to provide career-ready skills.
Together, we make a difference.
Western's 90-plus programs go hand in hand with today's job market.
Together, we're vital for our communities.
Our region's exceptional industries rely on Western grads. We're all in this together.
Together,
we are Western.
Dímelo, mi gente, it's Friday night y estamos activos. Head out early. Drinks going till 11 p.m. It's gotta be
No sé qué pasó. I didn't even drink that much.
All right, we still got that freezing drizzle. If you're out and about tomorrow morning before the snow actually hits, we might get a little bit of period of freezing drizzle. The snow that comes through will probably last till about noon. Amounts pretty similar to what we saw this morning. Temperatures will be above in the mid to upper 20s as you start off, but they will fall during the day as the cold air arrives. It will be a cold New Year's Eve celebration and day. We'll have sub-zero wind chills, sub-zero lows, so definitely a different story than we had for Christmas. But the temperatures do warm up. As you know, by the weekend forecast, we're back in the upper 20s to low 30s. And for the most part, there's not really a significant system all the way at least through Wednesday, with about seasonal conditions all the way through Wednesday. So not overly too bad, but definitely not going to be like a Christmas type for New Year's.
No, we don't get that luxury 2 weeks in a row. All right, that'll do it for us tonight. We'll see you tomorrow.